Ladies and gentlemen, as I start with the inaugural session, it's time for me to invite three very special people to escort all our very special guests to the stage. We are indeed privileged today to have a galaxy of esteemed guests of honors and chief guests right here in the house. And I would like to start by inviting our office bearers of All India Cashew Association to kindly escort the chief guest and the distinguished guests onto the stage. Requesting the President AICA, Mr. Rahul Kamath, sir, I would like to invite you to please bring our guests onto the stage. Inviting our other two very special guests, the General Secretary Ramakrishnan, sir. Also inviting Mr. Funny, the Governor of AICA, to please escort our guests onto the stage. Starting with our chief guests that are here with us, we would like to start by bringing up the chief guest, Shri Abhishek Dev, the IAS Chairman, Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. Inviting our guests of honor, Dr. Tarun Bajaj, the Director of BEDF, Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Promotion Development Authority, APEDA, as we know it. Dr. Femina, the Director for the Directorate of Cashewnut and Cocoa Development. A warm welcome, ma'am. Also inviting Dr. Alka, the Advisor for Science and Standards for Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. We know it as FSSAI. And our special invitees, Mr. Gunjan Jain, the Chairman of Nuts and Dry Fruits Council of India, Mr. Assouman, the President of AEC Ivory Coast, and of course our AICA office bearers are already here, Mr. Ramakrishnan, Mr. Rahul Kamath, and Mr. Funny Raghavulu. Along with them, we also have Mr. Shri Ganpati of cashewinformation.com. Ladies and gentlemen, as you're aware, हर शुभ कार्य की शुरुआत होती है मंगलदीप के प्रज्वलन से. तो मेरा निवेदन है मेहमानों से कि प्लीज I invite you to light the inaugural lamp as we start this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the inaugural lamps will be followed by the addresses of the guests of honors and the chief guest and the President AICA. Please be with us. For the guests that are walking in, I urge you to take your seats towards the left of the hall, please. My left.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च मतिं स्वच्छां हि मे सदा रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् यस्य तिष्ठेत् गृहे दीपः तस्य नास्ति दरिद्रता शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
Ladies and gentlemen, let me see your hands up in the air. Let's give a round of applause to the galaxy of people on the stage. और ये क्षण क्यों खास है इसके बारे में मैं आपको बताऊंगी अगले 1 मिनट में. Thank you everyone, requesting you to settle down. And to represent all the founder members up here, I would now like to invite on stage for the opening address the President, All India Cashew Association, Mr. Rahul Kamath. He's been in the cashew business since 2000 and From 2005, he's been a director of Bolas Agro Private Limited since 2020. Bolas is the largest vertically integrated cashew processing factory in India at a single site with efficiencies matching that of Vietnam and quality of India. An engineer from the Manipal Institute of Technology MBA in entrepreneurship from TAPMI and masters in international business from Saginaw Valley State University. He is not only somebody who is well exposed to the global world of business and commerce, he's also somebody who's brought in a lot of influences into the way the corporates are run here in India. And I'm sure that AICA will get to grow and learn a lot from his presidency at the helm. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands up for Mr. Rahul Kamath.
Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, Shri Abhishek Devji, Chairman APEDA, Shri Tarun Bajaj ji, Director APEDA, Dr. Femina, Director DCCD, Dr. Alka Rao, Advisor FSSAI, my friend Gunjan Jain, Chairman Nuts and Dry Fruits Council of India, Mr. Alex, President AEC Ivory Coast, my colleagues Mr. Ramakrishnam and Panni Ragavalu, cashew processors from more than 20 states, all the members of cashew fraternity, sponsors, my friends and colleagues. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you for being part of such a remarkable industry, that is cashew industry. The industry which is deep-rooted in the rural traditions of India, providing vital employment opportunities to women from the marginalized section of the community, an industry which is scalable, an industry which is sustainable, an industry with tremendous export potential. Our industry has the potential to become an engine for inclusive growth and can play a key role in doubling the farm income. That is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister. Now, it has been 25 years since I joined this industry. At that time, India held an unparalleled position in the global cashew trade. We were world's largest producers of raw cashew nut, we were world's largest importers, we were world's largest processors, and we were world's largest exporters of cashew kernel. At that point in time, we were world's second largest consumers of cashew kernels. I cannot recall any other industry where India dominated like this, such a massive leadership. Over the last 25 years, we have experienced a paradigm shift in the sector. The rise in labor cost and technological advancement necessitated mechanization of cashew industry. The early adopters faced with challenges of frequent upgrade, and some people preferred to be cautious. The mechanized factories means huge investment, which was a challenge for many of us. Also, when the investment go up, there are a lot of other challenges, like the processing capacity go up, and you want to have more working capital. You want to know how to manage your procurement, finance, and all other challenges. Sir, I am very proud to report to you that our industry walked on this path of mechanization without a single labor retrenchment. The more we mechanized, the more we employed, because the mechanization resulted in massive scale and we needed more labor. This is, I think, one of the few examples where mechanization resulted in more labor, not the less labor. Sir, our industry is seasonal, where more than 80% of our raw cashew nut production happens from the month of February to June. The cyclical patterns of the crop and the cyclical natures of the market resulted that when the capacity goes up, the risk goes up. Under these circumstances, many of the entrepreneurs thrived, but at the same time, many of the people struggled to adopt. When we look back and and assess the India's progress over the last 25 years, we have mixed result. We have very good numbers in few, but we could have been done better in other few. For example, sir, the production of raw cashew nut in the country has gone up from around 4 lakh ton to around 7 lakh ton in last 25 years. But at the same time, our imports have gone up from around 7 lakh ton to imports have gone up from around 4 lakh ton to around 13 lakh ton now. The total processing in India has gone up from around 7 to 8 lakh ton 25 years back to around 21 lakh tons today. But if you see the global map, the raw cashew nut crop has gone up by 5 times from 10 lakh ton to 50 lakh tons globally in last 25 years. The India's share of raw cashew nut processing has gone down from around 80-85% what it used to be in 25 years back to it is around 40% today. Despite we tripling our production capacity from around 7 lakh ton to 21 lakh ton now, our export of cashew kernels has gone down from around 1 lakh ton that it used to be to around 50,000 tons now. One of the main reasons being a robust domestic market. Today, India is world's largest consumer of cashews, which consumes around 3.5 lakh tons of cashew kernels, which is 5 times more than what it used to be 25 years ago. The most startling statistics is our share of exports has share of Indian supply in the global market has gone down from around 80% that it used to be 25 years back to less than 10% today. Sir, we also face a huge daunting challenge of sourcing raw cashew nut. African countries account for more than 60% of global cashew production and it supplies more than 90% of Indian cashew imports. These countries are now actively promoting domestic cashew industries and this is putting further risk to our sector and this is very crucial. If we don't act now, we may become insignificant player in the industry in next 10 years. Sir, history will never forgive us if we remain passive at this point in time. Somebody reviewing the industry maybe after 15 years will blame our generation entirely for this fall of Indian cashew industry from global dominance to the insignificance. We must act now before it becomes too late. This is precisely the reason why we established All India Cashew Association. Currently, 9 state associations, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, Goa, Maharashtra, Gujarat, West Bengal and South Indian cashew manufacturers have come together and joined AICA. While the state level associations will continue to manage local issues, AICA will serve as a unified voice for all the stakeholders in the cashew industry. We will advocate for policy changes and represent your concerns at the national level. AICA aims to enhance every aspect of cashew value chain from increasing the raw cashew nut production, improving the processing efficiency to expanding the cashew kernel market domestically as well as internationally. We now extend a warm welcome to all the stakeholders in the cashew industry to become members of AICA. Be it a cashew kernel buyer, raw cashew nut supplier, trader, cashew kernel processor, or a service provider, please join as a member of AICA. We have fixed a membership fee of rupees 10,000 per member for AICA, but we are giving a special discount for membership for these 3 days, and you can become a member of AICA by just paying rupees 7,500. AICA stall is available in the next hall, and you can fill the forms and make payment there. Please join AICA, share your ideas, discuss your challenges, and let us work together to shape our destiny. We promise that every money raised by AICA, whether it is through membership or conferences like this or any other means, will be dedicated to advance the cashew industry in our country. Indian cashew industry is already feeling aggressive pressure from the aggressive marketing campaigns of other competing nuts, which are grown in developed countries with a deep pocket. We must counter this by promoting the nutrition and health benefit of Indian cashews, dispelling the myth that they contain more cholesterol. Sir, let us seize the scale of this opportunity. Global raw cashew nut trade is expected to reach 75 lakh tons in the next decade, with the market size which is expected to reach 1.5 lakh crore. The question is, how much of this opportunity we are ready to claim? India has been the most efficient processor of raw cashew nut for decades. We process the experience, skilled workforce, technology and financial resources necessary for the success. We are sure that Government of India and state government will clear all the obstacles that we face in the path of growth and create a conducive atmosphere to thrive. All that is remain is for us to take the bold action. At this point in time, I am reminded of a story from Ramayana. The monkey army faced the deadlock when they were trying to cross the ocean in search of Mother Sita. Even the Hanuman, mighty warrior, was unsure how to proceed. It took Jambavan to remind Hanuman of his strength and potential to leap across the ocean. Similarly, AICA will act as a Jambavan, identifying, inspiring, and empowering entrepreneurs like you to take the decisive plunge. Alone, we can accomplish only so much, but together we can accomplish much more. We have a very clear vision, ambitious dreams, and concrete goals for AICA. Our vision is to restore India's global leadership in cashew industry. Our dream is to see the production of the increase in Indian domestic raw cashewnut production crop from 20 lakh ton to 20 lakh ton, to see India's cashew sector turnover pass 1 lakh crore, and to witness the rise of India's first cashew unicorn, somebody in this hall. Our goal is to turn this dream into reality with hard work. Walt Disney once famously said, "All our dreams can come true if we have courage to pursue them." This ambition may look impossible now, but with your support, it can soon become achievable. Together, let us make India the global powerhouse of cashew industry again. Thank you so much, and I look forward to our collective success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kamath, and I hope that more and more people here in the audience will respond to your clarion call of becoming members of AICA. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, it's time for me to invite the governor of AICA, Mr. Fani Raghavulu, to deliver his address. One special thing that I can tell you about him is that Mr. Fani's efforts in bringing people together have been very commendable, not only for AICA, but in the entire cashew value chain, even before that.
Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Abhishek Devji, and Mr. Tarun Bajaj sir, Dr. Femina madam, and Alka madam, and Gunjan Jain ji, and Mr. Alex from IVC, and to our respected President and Secretary. First of all, I would like to thank them to give me this opportunity. Welcome to All India Cashew event to everybody, first of all. Today I emphasize the immense value of being members of AICA. Our membership connects to you, to all the immunity of the main leaders in the industry. By joining the AICA, what do we get? This is the first question everyone gets. See, the state associations are already doing their state works in their states, especially. But when coming to the national issues, like even the exports or the imports or any kind of issue, we collectively have together to go to the government, by whom we have to represent this. Individually, association when goes, everyone gets divided, and it cannot be done. It is not so easy. Where this AICA will help you to do this. When we collectively go to represent the government, they can easily understand our issues and solve these issues. This is being faced from last many years. Membership in AICA always offers you this professional development with workshops, training, programs and conferences, keeping you ahead in the competitive market. Additionally, as a member, you have a platform of voice concerns and collaborate solutions of benefit for the entire industry. So never miss this opportunity. And I request everyone to become the member of the AICA, and whatever the issues, you can always speak to the leaders and solve this. Thanking you for giving this opportunity.
It's time for us to invite our next guest for his very special address. As the Managing Director at VKC Nuts Private Limited, he has been spearheading growth in 4 generations old family company engaged in the trade of nuts and dried fruits since 1926. He took over the reins of a very small entity, and Kashmir walnuts was the primary business. From there, he helped VKC Nuts to grow into India's leading nuts and dry fruit company in all verticals, whether it is imports, exports, processing and wholesale, modern retail, online and retail trade as well. The most notable achievement of his leadership has been that he has demonstrated in bringing all the nuts and dry fruit stakeholders under the Nuts and Dry Fruit Council of India, along with other like-minded industry leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of Nuts and Dry Fruit Council of India, Mr. Gunjan Jain.
First of all, I must congratulate AICA for having created this great entity of getting everybody together for this great trade that has such a big history. So just like cashew nuts, if you look at the overall basket of nuts and dried fruits, it's today, including cashew nuts, the whole nuts and dried fruit basket today is almost an $8 billion trade in India, sir, on a retail level. We contribute, this industry contributes almost 8,000 crores in terms of revenue, whether it comes to duties or GST and taxes. So we've been trying to get the whole industry together, and India, as everybody realizes, is more a continent than just a country. India is today amongst the largest consumer. India is the largest consumer of cashews in the world. As Rahul Bhai said, 350,000 tons. We are among the largest, we are the largest consumer of almonds in the world. We are among the top 2 or 3 consumers of almost every nut and dried fruit in the world. So as parts of this trade, we were always thinking that there is not one body which is representing the whole industry. There were cashew associations, there was a walnut association, there was a dates association, and then we had regional. There was a Bombay association for APMC, there was a Kirana committee at Delhi, but there was not one body that was talking as one voice for the whole industry of nuts and dried fruit. So with that dream, we thought of creating this Nuts and Dried Fruit Council to get the whole industry of this 64,000 crore industry, which has a potential to be 100,000 crore in the next 5 years. The way this industry is going, the way consumption of nuts and dried fruits is growing in India, we are growing at a CAGR of about 12 to 15%, sir. So that is actually showing the path forward for this industry. Cashews, of course, remain the king in that category, being the largest and the most heritage nut from India. India, when you talk nuts and dried fruit, India is associated with cashew nuts. You ask anybody internationally, you talk nut, India is the name. Still, there are so many people in the world, they don't realize that cashews come from outside to India and we process them. That's the kind of name and the kind of clout that, I mean, thanks to you guys, the processes you've created historically. And as Rahul Bhai said, now is the time that we try to take this leadership forward. We are losing, we are losing a part of that share, but overall we are growing, but we are not growing as fast as the international industry is growing. So that's where we all need to work together. Nuts and Dried Fruit Council, again, as I said, has been set up for promotion of all nuts and dried fruits. One of the major motives that we've set this up is, one, to grow consumption in India. We really want to grow more and more consumption in India. But the second most important goal that we have set ourselves to do as the council is to ensure how we can grow these nuts in India. We are today a leading importer, but what we want to do is, as our Honorable Prime Minister has given us the Make in India dream and the Make in India vision. So that's what we want to do. We now want to work to how to grow more and more all these nut crops in India. Sir, we've been actually very, we were really, inspired by our Prime Minister. So we created a show in India. Earlier, all of us, the nuts and dried fruit trade used to go to Gulf Food and INC and various international forums where we used to interact with our buyers, suppliers, when we were exporting nuts or importing nuts. We've been able to create a show called Meva, which we did the first edition in February this year. And it had excellent response. Almost every country, growing country, buying country participated in that event. We had more than 6,000 visitors. We had, the whole trade got together there. So that was also a Make in India campaign for us, where we were trying to bring in, earlier we were spending foreign exchange going out, but what we did is we brought foreign exchange in when all those people came and exhibited in India. So AICA and NDFC are now working hand in hand to try and promote as much as we can the growth of cashew nuts, almonds, pistachios, raisins, in all aspects, whether it's consumption, whether it's growing in India, whether it's creating better processing opportunities, whether it's creating more women empowerment. One thing that people don't realize in our industry is our industry historically, the nuts and dried fruit industry, has been amongst the largest employers of women workforce in India. So that's something which, again, if we grow this industry, the other thing that this industry has done, if you look at it, we were never importing a finished product. What we are trying to do in India is we bring in the raw product, whether it is almond, badam hai, to कच्चा लेके आते हैं इंडिया में, उसकी फोड़ाई करते हैं. We process it in India, we crack in India. Same for cashew nuts. We had our crop, but when our demand increased, we started importing the raw cashew nut and processing it here. And we are doing similar now for walnuts, where the in-shell is coming. And we are processing it here. And it has created opportunities where we can re-export a lot of these products by value addition. That's the next stage of growth that this industry can have. So NDFC is working day and night for all these goals to try and take this industry to the next level, to be the unified one voice for the body, to work with AICA to create such things. So I'm very happy to announce we've worked a joint program with AICA. NDFC will be doing a matching grant program with AICA. We really want, today as Rahul Bhai rightly said, cashew nuts is still not considered a healthy nut. Although I joke on this, I say अभी इंडिया में लोग cashew को healthy नहीं मानते और 3.5 लाख टन इंडिया कंज्यूम करता है. We are the largest consumer. एक बार अगर सबको पता चला how healthy a cashew is, तो बाकी की दुनिया में तो कोई cashew खा ही नहीं पाएगा. But we have to start working on that. So NDFC and AICA have created, NDFC is ready to do a matching grant for marketing of the health benefits of cashew nuts. Up to 10 lakhs is what we've done, that we will match the grant, we'll get industry funds and try to promote the health benefits of cashews, try to educate people in India on cashews. Similarly, the other goal that we want to grow cashew nuts, more and more raw nuts should be grown in India. For that, we've created another fund where we'll do a matching grant of up to 5 lakhs to try and do more growing in India. I do understand these amounts are not very big amounts, but somewhere a beginning had to be made. We keep talking that our government has to do this, we have to get this from the government. But till the time the trade, the industry, they do not unite together. जब तक हम लोग साथ में खुद साथ में लग के इस इंडस्ट्री के लिए नहीं करेंगे, तब तक हमें ये एक्सपेक्ट करना कि हमारी सरकार कर देगी would be wrong. So we will ask the government to help us wherever they can. But as trade, as industry, all of us will get together with little beginnings, with baby steps. This is just a beginning. We'll want in years to come, we are able to get the industry together, to be able to fund such initiatives in a bigger way, in bigger amounts. So it's a humble beginning, but that's what we want to do. We want to start looking at how to grow more nuts in India and how to increase consumption of cashew nuts in India. I just want to leave you with these thoughts, and I just wanted to play a small video. It's a curtain raiser of our next event, Mewa 2025, that is going to happen at the Geo World Center, better known now as jahan Ambani ji ne shaadi ki thi. So that's where we are having the Mewa 25. It's a small curtain raiser for you to see. Again, the membership for NDFC stands at 31,000 for silver and 1,51,000 for gold. But as a special gesture, we have for AICA members, for the association, for the period of this convention, it will be a special discount of 21,000 and 1,31,000 for the membership of NDFC. It has a lot of benefits. We have a booth in the exhibition area. So I would welcome you all to come there. Just see what we are doing as NDFC, what value your membership can bring and what value we can bring for you to be a member also of NDFC, more, even with AICA. So I leave you with that thought, and if we could play that video.
भारत को ड्राई फ्रूट और नट उत्पादन का बड़ा केंद्र बनाने का आपका लक्ष्य और संकल्प पूरा होगा। भारत के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने कहा है, आने वाले समय के अंदर ड्राई फ्रूट और नट के अंदर भी भारत दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा उत्पादन का केंद्र बने।
What is your take on this initiative, which is Meva India?
The Meva India initiative is an amazing initiative.
At the moment, maybe we have got 20 countries, but next year, we are going to have maybe 200 participants.
I welcome you all to be part of Meva 25. If you're a gold member, you have 2 free entries for the whole 4-day event. And if you're a silver member, you have 1 entry. So again, thank you, AICA, and thank you, the industry, for this great initiative and this chance to be a part of this historic event where the All India cashew processors have gotten together. So my congratulations again and all the best wishes, Rahul ji, that we take it to bigger heights and get the whole industry together. Thank you everybody.
I would like to actually bring to your notice, while we are living in right now the kind of corporate environment where people who are working are constantly insecure because a lot of them are feeling that AI and automation is taking away their jobs. Contrarily, let me tell you that cashew value chain is one of the only few industries and sectors and commodities in the world which is consistently actually growing in giving employment to people. So please एक बार पहले तो अपने लिए तालियां बजाइए, because you are the employment generators. You are the ones who are constantly adding more and more hands on the deck. But as you add more and more hands on the deck, when you are actually, functioning in an economy, compliances play a very big role. And that is why this convention is not only about how to do business, this convention is also to educate ourselves as to how we can do it better and in a more compliant manner. And hence, it's time for me to invite our next esteemed guest onto the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, a very eminent scientist. It is indeed a pleasure to have you here, ma'am. The advisor, Science and Standards and Regulations, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, on deputation. She is the Senior Principal Scientist, CSIR Institute of Microbial Technology, Chandigarh, Adjunct Associate Professor for Academy of Scientific and Innovative Research, Ghaziabad, Adjunct Faculty for JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research, Mysore. She is a protein engineer, a molecular and microbiologist with over 15 years of research experience, notable discoveries of rare bacterial enzymes, and market launch of a microbial product for agriculture use to her credit. Let me tell you that she has executed more than 22 R&D projects, filed over 15 national and international patents and copyrights, out of which 7 have been granted to her. She is also a recipient of more than 15 national and international recognitions, fellowships, and awards, and was listed amongst the women scientist achievers of CSIR laboratories under 50 years of age in 2023. Please give a resounding round of applause to Dr. Alka Rao.
Thank you very much. It's indeed very humbling to be standing here before more than 600 people gathered from various states, representing our growers, manufacturers, small, medium industry, importer, exporters of cashew. Our chief guest, Shri Abhishek Devji, Chairman APEDA. Our guest of honor here, Dr. Tarun Bajaj, Director APEDA, Madam Femina, Rahul Kamath, who has created this event for all of us to join and share our thoughts. Ramkishanji's secretary, Mr. Gunjan, who just spoke so wonderfully and invoked all the possible brotherhood, courage that we all share being the citizen of this country, and irrespective of our positions on this side or that side. Indeed, it is true what Kamath Sahab said. हनुमान को भी याद नहीं रहता कि लंका लांघ सकता है और बार बार याद कराना पड़ता है और एक जामवंत चाहिए. The same goes with all of us. Even on the government side, we need to be reminded again and again what are the difficulties and how together we can solve here. So when this discussion was going on about this event, I was told that this is going to be largely an interactive session where I'll be hearing the problems that is being faced by the your side of story. So I shall be open for that soon after this event. But before that, for the benefit of the audience, I would just quickly share what is the role of FSSAI in the lives of a cashew grower to an importer, exporter, and all the processing industry in the area. We are the organization and a group of scientists who collaborates with the various institutes of this country. And if I have to quote for today, more than 87 institutions, ranging from the agriculture to the food institution to even engineering, the doctors, epidemiologists, public health specialists, statisticians, everybody works with us together as a part of our 21 scientific panels, and with the help of which we set the standards for various food commodities. We set standards for hygiene. We set standards, what are the best practices that you would be following when you process these commodities or grow them and market them or bring them to the consumer's plate. So one principal thing to be understood, which differentiates us from APEDA, is we talk about the product, which is finished product. We deal with that. It is something which is to be consumed, which becomes food directly on my plate. So FSSAI doesn't deal with the raw commodity. So all matters of your concern where the good is finished and it's going into the plate of a consumer, there begins the role of FSSAI. And also the import, but not export, is taken care by FSSAI. So while I was joining the meeting, I have already been sensitized. There are certain issues around our licensing regulation. So in that context, I can just quickly share with you that a major amendment is coming up, and the draft is in a notification stage right now. It's under deliberations, and you will be seeing sometime soon a draft for your comments. So I take this opportunity and encourage all of you to contribute at that stage. So as rightly said by Mr. Jain and also Mr. Kamath, it is this unity which helps you to be heard well by everyone. And we look up to your association now to receive the comments when we come up with the draft notifications, which are very, very relevant for all of you for the licensing part. That is one. And by and large, as a commodity, if we talk for cashew, we have a well-defined standard. However, as we, even the, it's a very dynamic process. हमारा वातावरण भी बदलता रहता है. सो ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने कोई चीज़ 10 साल पहले डिफाइन किया, 15 साल पहले डिफाइन किया, वो हमेशा वैसा रहता है. So even in climate, moisture levels change, and then there are infestation levels, and everything changes in our soil also. The levels of contamination change over a period of time. And all these are realities which we have to take into account when we set standards. So your participation in standard setting process is also required. इस देश में कोई ऐसा कानून नहीं है जो एक तरफा बनाया जाता है. तो इस देश के मानक भी और इस देश के रेगुलेशंस भी सिर्फ FSSAI में बैठे 4 लोग सेट नहीं करते हैं. ये बात आपको ध्यान रखना है. All of you have to contribute every time a draft comes out. आप कितना भी रिप्रेजेंटेशन देंगे हम सुनेंगे. आपने हमें यहाँ बुलाया है तब भी सुनेंगे. And you can trust me on that. I will be taking all your issues with respect to standard and the regulations in our authority, and we will be discussing, deliberating, and constantly evolving them. And with that, and before I close my further comments, I again take this opportunity and invite you to Global Food Regulators Summit that FSSAI is going to conduct in New Delhi, and the venue is Bharat Mandapam. It is going to be held in September 19 to 21st, which means very next month. So all of you, please try to attend that event. तो वहाँ क्या खास रहेगा, क्या डिफरेंट होगा? FSSAI सिर्फ देश के मानक निर्धारण में, देश के डिफरेंट कमोडिटीज़ के मानक निर्धारण में योगदान देता है, उतना ही नहीं है. FSSAI का, APEDA का, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स और सभी बहुत सारे मिनिस्ट्रीज़ का और आप सब लोगों का, जो शायद आपको पता नहीं है, एक रोल होता है. विश्व स्तर पे जो मानक निर्धारण होते हैं वहाँ पर भी आपको कंट्रीब्यूट करने का एक साधन है. तो FSSAI वो नोडल पॉइंट है जहाँ पर आप इस तरह के कंट्रीब्यूशन भी दे सकते हैं. और आपकी एसोसिएशन को हम इनवाइट करते हैं कि जो कोडेक्स एलिमेंटेरियस कमीशन के साथ हमारी जो भी गतिविधियाँ चलती हैं उसमें आप पार्टिसिपेट करें. फिकी, CII और अलग अलग चैम्बर्स हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं जो इंटरनेशनल स्तर पर स्टैंडर्ड्स में कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं. और उसी तरीके से आपसे मेरा अनुरोध है कि आप हमारे साथ जुड़ें और जो विश्व स्तर की कार्रवाई है उसमें अपना योगदान दें. सितंबर में आप आएंगे तो आपकी मुलाकात होगी 19 से 20 उन मेंबर कंट्रीज से जिनका प्रतिनिधित्व आज भारत करता है इन कोडेक्स एलिमेंटेरियस कमीशन. तो मुझे आशा है आपको अच्छा लगेगा वहाँ आकर भी, और शायद हम मिलकर और चीज़ें बेहतर कर पाएंगे। और इसके साथ धन्यवाद आप सबका मुझे सुनने के लिए। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, Dr. Alka Rao, for your very empowering words, ma'am. With this, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to invite our next speaker onto the stage. Mr. Alex and Gatia Assouman is the current president of the Association of Cashew Exporters in Ivory Coast, an organization with 140 foreign and domestic cashew exporters. AEC Ivory Coast is playing an important role to promote Ivorian cashew exports. He will be delivering his speech in French, but for the ease of translation, we are sharing a transcribed English version of his speech on the screen for all of you to read and imbibe. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Mr. Alex and Gatia Assouman.
Thank you, everybody. Sorry, I will speak in French. Mesdames et messieurs, les autorités politiques et administratives de l'Inde et d'ailleurs, mesdames et messieurs les représentants de All Indian Cashew et de Event Global, co-organisateurs du présent événement, mesdames et messieurs les opérateurs économiques du monde de l'anacarde, chers amis de la presse, honorables invités. C'est un honneur pour moi d'être invité à prendre la parole à ce pupitre au nom des acteurs de la filière anacarde de Côte d'Ivoire et à l'endroit des acteurs du monde entier. Comme vous avez pu le constater, la Côte d'Ivoire a été confrontée et continue d'être confrontée puisque la campagne 2024 n'est pas encore achevée à des événements hors du commun qui ont donné une orientation particulière à cette campagne. D'abord, du fait de contraintes exogènes tels que le phénomène El Niño et les effets du changement climatique, mais aussi du fait des contraintes endogènes qu'ont constitué les différentes mesures de suspension dont la dernière vient d'être levée il y a quelques jours par le ministre d'État, ministre de l'Agriculture, du Développement rural et des productions vivrières. Il est bon de retenir que l'État de Côte d'Ivoire, à travers ces mesures, s'est montré conforme à son credo de défenseur des intérêts du producteur et de promoteur de la transformation locale. Ce, à travers la dextérité du Conseil du coton et de l'anacarde et particulièrement son directeur général nouvellement nommé M. Berthé Mamadou, qui veille à l'application de la politique du gouvernement. Il est également bon de retenir que les acteurs que nous sommes avons su nous montrer coopératifs et disciplinés face à des décisions parfois lourdes de conséquences pour nos activités. Autant d'événements qui dénotent le dynamisme de la filière anacarde en Côte d'Ivoire, mais également justifient sa résilience. Nous aurons le temps d'y revenir à travers les causes profondes, les manifestations et les conséquences lors de notre présentation sur le scénario de la campagne de Cashew 2024 prévue pour demain matin. Pour l'heure, nous saluons l'initiative de AICA Cashew Convention et au-delà ses organisateurs. Nous souhaitons à tous les participants d'avoir de fructueux échanges et d'en ressortir enrichis. Bonne convention à tous. Je vous remercie.
Merci beaucoup, Mr. Assouman, for your words. Ladies and gentlemen, and now let me invite yet another dynamic lady onto the stage. She has taken over the charge as the Directorate of Cashewnut and Cocoa Development for the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Kochi, Kerala, with effect from 1st April 2024. She has done a post-graduation in horticulture and PhD in horticulture from Kerala Agriculture University, Velanikara, Thrissur, and presently as the Director for Directorate of Cashewnut and Cocoa Development, Kochi, Kerala, and as the head of organization, she is formulating developmental programs of cashew and cocoa in the entire country, and is also an advisor to the Ministry of Agriculture, the Government of India, in the matter related to cashew and cocoa development in the entire nation. She has 14 years experience in the field of horticulture, and during this period, she has written more than 15 technical articles in journals and chapters in academia. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands up for Dr. Femina. Let's hear it from her.
Respected Shri Abhishek Dev, Chairman, APEDA, Dr. Tarun Bajaj, Director, BEDF, APEDA, Dr. Alka, Madam, Advisor, Science and Standards, FSSAI, Mr. Gunjan Jain, Chairman, Nuts and Dry Fruit Council of India, Mr. Alex, Association of Cashewnut Exporters, Ivory Coast, Mr. Rahul Kamath, President, Mr. M. Ramakrishnan, National Secretary, Governor, Mr. Fani, Raghvela, and all other eminent delegates sitting off the dais. It's really a very happy moment for me to participate in this meeting because I have been, as I said, as in the introduction itself, it has been told that I joined at this directorate 3 months before. And in this short period, it's a very good experience for me to share the thoughts of a different sector of people to whom I am meeting very rarely. I am in the development portion of the side of the cashew industry. And I believe that every sector of the value chain is interrelated with each other. Because the development, we are the development people. Apart from that, there are research organizations who are promoting various technologies, various varieties, which is increasing the production and productivity. There are another sector of people who are disseminating the technologies. There are the farmers who work in the field very hard to get returns out of it. There is another sector, processors, who process the product, and finally it reaches the exporters who export the products. So if any of the sector is affected, definitely it's going to have an impact on the entire cashew industry. As far as cashew industry is concerned, I would like to say that this Directorate of Cashewnut and Cocoa, which has been established since 1965, and from that time memorial, we are working for the development of cashew sector in the country. And it's not that there have been, the production right now is not in a very good phase as it would have been. Like from the data says that from 1965 onwards, there has been an increase in the area. Almost it's growing at the rate of 2.5%, more than 2.5%. Even the production is growing at the rate of 3.5%. Tomorrow I'll be sharing in my presentation. But when we come to the productivity, it is not as par as it should have been. The productivity is not up to the limit which it should have been. There is a steady increase only being recorded in case of the productivity. And many eminent speakers now have told about the export and the import scenario of our country. Definitely, our export, when we look at the past 10 years, it's being reducing. It is decreasing. Almost 60% decrease in the export has been noticed. Similarly, there has been a tremendous increase in the import also. More import is being seen from in case of the cashew sector. The balance or the disappropriate balance between this export and import is a very important sector which we need to address now. And last month we had a cashew conference there in Goa, where we had invited all the different sector of people like the processors, the development, the research, everybody were there. And finally, when we had a thorough discussion, our Horticulture Commissioner, Government of India had also participated in the meeting. And then after listening to every sector, we had come to a conclusion that definitely we need to have a thorough look on the way forward by which how we can increase the production. So that's why we are on the way or on the verge to have a roadmap including all the state organizations together, so with all the stakeholders together, so that we can have a strategy by which we can think of increasing the production. Definitely, it's only the technology which we can think about. The technologies like our research organizations have already developed so many good varieties. That varieties has to be multiplied, that varieties has to come into the line, then only the production can be increased. The technologies like high density planting, it's a concept which has now evolved, and Directorate is also going in line with developing those technology, promoting that technology. The varieties which is suitable for to be grown for high density planting need to be promoted. So such type of technologies we are incorporating in our roadmap, and we are going for a massive program for area expansion, so that definitely, even if we think about the production, I mean the demand of the industries and the consumption pattern which is now prevailing in our country, it's huge. So even if we think about 2% increase, we have to have a 24 lakh hectare of coverage within a span of 20 years. So for that, we need to have a tremendous mass of work which involves all the stakeholders together, so that our production reaches to a level wherein we are able to support our processors, wherein we are able to have the consumption, or the consumption of our consumers should also be there. At the same time, our farmers should also be benefited out of it. There was once a period when the production was very high. I mean the production was going on through the efforts of concerted effort of the Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture. At that time, the imports were also cheap imports were there. Because of that, even the farmers were not confident during those times that whether they will be able to have a regular market for their products. But when the imports have become very costly, now the prices are also increasing in the global market, which is also correspondingly affecting our domestic market also. The prices are also increasing. So this is a stage wherein we can we can bring into the confidence of the farmers that they can take up this production and it can be taken to a greater level in a successful way, and Directorate is working for that. And definitely I will be listening to all the issues which is related to the processing sector also, because this is a new sector for me to learn and to find out and to formulate the strategies which are applicable or which are useful for the processing sector as well. Thank you once again. Thank you for inviting me here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Femina, and I'm sure you'll have a fabulous time as a part of this ecosystem as well. Ladies and gentlemen, as I move on, and I invite our next speaker up here, a lot of you know him already, but let me give you a little bit of introduction about him. Presently, as the Director BEDF for APEDA, he has, as you're all aware, he has been a part of APEDA, which you are aware is mandated to promote and develop exports of agricultural and processed food products from India. With more than 28 years of experience in handling exports of agricultural and processed food products, including developing supply chain, quality assurance, market promotion abroad, and handling marketing access issues, as a doctorate in economics, MBA, and specialized in foreign trades, his experience is expansive and, of course, is making its impact in APEDA as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands up for the Director BEDF APEDA, Dr. Tarun Bajaj.
Respected Chairman APEDA, Ma'am Dr. Femina, Directorate of Cashewnut and Cocoa Development, Dr. Alka from FSSAI, Mr. Gunjan Jain, Mr. Alex, Mr. Rahul Kamath, President of AICA, Mr. M. Ramakrishnan, National Secretary of AICA, Mr. Fani Raghavavalu, Governor All India Cashew Association, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I think we should all give a big round of applause for AICA. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. We must congratulate them for this initiative they have taken. An initiative which is taken at the right time, where they have brought all the stakeholders of cashew sector all the stakeholders under one umbrella. Ladies and gentlemen, cashew is a premium product for India and for the world also. We all know cashew is so precious and important to all of us. And it is also very important for our economy. Of course, this sector is facing challenges for past 25 years, as mentioned by Mr. Rahul. And for past 10 years, there has been a very critical challenge when there has been a steep downfall as far as exports are concerned. Automation and modernization is one of the aspects which is mentioned. But don't you think in India as a whole, in the macro level, the processing is still growing? It is happening in all sectors. Somewhere it is processing even to the extent of 2%. Somewhere it is 5%, 11%, 14%, and somewhere 50%. In fact, some sectors it is 80%, but when we talk of secondary processing, it is even more or less. So that as a whole, we are growing. So automation and upgradation, as such macro level, it is happening in India and it is happening in all the sectors. Yes, admittedly, cashew is different. This reminds me of a celebrity, film celebrity. He mentioned, when during a struggle phase, they struggle and they reach to a celebrity status. That, of course, struggle is its own painful. But when you are already having a celebrity status and then there is a downfall, then the pain is more. Similarly happening as far as a cashew is concerned, as far as cashew exports are concerned. This is already a star product. Had a glory world over. As mentioned, we had 80% share in the world. But we're seeing a downfall. Definitely very painful. For past 10 years, as I'm saying, are very painful. Yes, one step the government of India took when they said, let these exports be taken care by APEDA. We are thankful to you that you chose APEDA as your partner. Now you and APEDA, we will work as a team and will ensure it that we reach to the past glory which we had it. But ladies and gentlemen, this cannot happen overnight. This cannot happen suddenly. This cannot happen. We can't lose our patience. I can understand. From top to down, when you're coming, you start losing patience. Understandably. But please appreciate, the reverse will happen, will take its own time. Of course, we can fasten it. We can do it together, but it will take time. We have to work right from the step one. We have to see that the production stage is taken care. For that, there are, like Dr. Femina, there is Ministry of Agriculture. We have to work with them to see that the production is more, there is required production, there is required quality of production. The supply chain has to be there. We have to ensure the logistics are taken care. There is enough of processing happening. The already processing units are upgraded, modernized. We reach to a level, international level. We have to ensure each and every sector, and we cannot forget the important part is marketing, international promotion. We have to tell the word again. We have to tell our friends like Alex, India is back again. India is still producing and is now producing even better quality, and we can offer the better quality at a competitive price. If not a competitive price, a little price is more, that is well deserved because of our quality. So that we have to tell through our marketing, through our international promotion, that is enough. Similarly, also, we have to take care of the myths which are involved. It was mentioned that it has a more cholesterol. Let me tell you, even I also, before I started reading cashews, I also had this impression cashews have more cholesterol. Walnuts, the moment you added health benefit to walnut, now you see the prices of walnuts have gone to what level? Similarly, these myths, once we all together will work out to see that the myths which are associated with cashews are also removed, so that the health benefit is once added, it will be then, as mentioned, sky is the limit. So likewise, we have to work together and we have to ensure that we, each and every point, each every step in the supply chain is taken care. When it comes to APEDA, Chairman APEDA himself is here. You can see the importance we are giving to this event. Chairman APEDA and all our senior officers are there. They are present here on the front dais. Because we give importance to this sector now. And Chairman APEDA, I will request him to make some announcements also he will be doing today. And our financial assistance schemes now are eligible. Earlier, you were not getting any financial assistance scheme. Now you are eligible. Chairman APEDA will also mention it. And there is, details are on our website. You can go to our website once it is, details are opened up. Then there are applications to be formed. And we just had a round, we took it. And we all officers were discussing. Many of the processing machines which you require can be covered under our scheme for your financial assistance. And that is many of the scheme. Of course, not all, because there are, we are a government body, there are certain limitations, certain guidelines given, but we will see that many of them will be covered, at least there will be relief. And we give 40% subsidy for this, 40% subsidy to the machine which is you buy. And also, there are other schemes. Chairman APEDA will also tell you about our international trade fairs where you can participate. All APEDA, whatever APEDA can do directly, will do it on focused way. Giving focus to this sector, giving importance to this sector like our presence is giving to you right now. And wherever other ministries, other departments are involved, we will lead. We will be the front. And we will take you with us, and to ensure that whatever we need for this sector is done in a focused manner, in a priority manner. Thank you very much for giving us opportunity, for inviting us for this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tarun Bajaj. Your words have actually infused a lot of energy and optimism into the audience. And as a part of his speech, he's already told you, it seems to me that our very special chief guest, who I'm going to be inviting on the podium next, it does seem to me that he seems to have some aces up his sleeve this evening, which he's going to be announcing in front of all of you. So let me not keep you away from that moment anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, our chief guest is an Indian administrative officer of the 2007 batch and belongs to the Agmut cadre of the service and has had a wide experience by serving in various parts of the country like Chandigarh, Arunachal Pradesh, Delhi, Andaman Nicobar in various capacities ranging from district administration, transport, civil aviation, urban development, public works department, taxation. You can literally see that there's not a single function that he has left untouched. Notably, let me tell you that he has been serving the government of India since February 2021 in the Department of Commerce, where he has worked on various subjects like rules of origin, staff officer to Commerce Secretary and Trade in Services, and playing pivotal role in FTA-CECA negotiations with the European Union and Australia. He took over APEDA as the chairman on the 20th July 2023. Please let's give a resounding round of applause to Shri Abhishek Dev.
Dr. Femina, Directorate of Cashew and Cocoa Development, Ministry of Agriculture. Dr. Alka Rao, Advisor Science and Standards, FSSAI, Ministry of Health. Mr. Gunjan Jain, Chairman Nuts and Dry Fruits Council of India. Mr. Alex, Association of Cashewnut Exporters, Ivory Coast. Mr. Rahul Kamath, President All India Cashew Association. Mr. M. Ramakrishnan, National Secretary, All India Cashew Association, and Mr. Fani, Governor, All India Cashew Association. And ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. Firstly, once again, I would like to congratulate the AICA for organizing this event. This event brings in a lot of stakeholders who are all involved in the cashew nut industry, be it from the production side or the processor side, or also from the export side. And I'm also pleased to note that more than 9 state associations have joined AICA. So it was a very timely move that an overall national association has been formed, which is representing the cashew sector, because earlier we used to see that the representation was very fragmented and the issues were very localized or state specific, and there was no national perspective to the policy inputs we used to get. So APEDA, as you all know, that we are the premier export promotion body for the agricultural and processed food products, and we do the export promotion for around 719 HS codes at the 8-digit level, or 439 HS codes at the 6-digit level. And cashew came to us 2 years back, but there were court litigation and things were not moving. But finally, in September, we achieved a breakthrough, and we have now been handling the cashew exports since then. And we know the challenge. The exports have fallen from around a peak of around 979 US dollar million in 17-18 to around 368 million last year. So there has been a very steep decline in exports. It was said that at one time we were exporting around 80% of the global exports, but now we are just around 8%, and we have fallen quite behind Vietnam in the exports. So it's a challenging work, but we know the challenge. And to begin with, we are according the highest importance to the cashew exports. And beginning with Dr. Bajaj and Mr. Manprakash, we have put in our best officers of APEDA to helm the cashew exports. And they are both here. Secondly, like I said, we have around 719 products, and we have chosen around 25 products as our focus products. And cashew and its products is one of the focus products which we have designated. And I'm also pleased to state that earlier we were facing a lot of fund constraints. We have a very big portfolio of products. We had received a lot of applications in our plan period of 21-26, but I had promised in our interaction in Kollam that we will make funds available, even though if it may require that we make funds available by cancelling some projects in other sectors. So we have now funds, and now we will take up infrastructure development of the cashew sector. So like Dr. Bajaj was saying, and I just saw a lot of machines. So people who are manufacturers, the cashew industry, whoever is involved in the cashew exports, they can apply to us for the infrastructure support under our financial assistance scheme. And we have a good amount of funds available. And we hope that with the availability of the latest machines, we are able to compete with the very best. This was one of the issue which was pointed out when we used to discuss the decline in the cashew exports and the overall ills in the industry, was that the industry is not modernized. There are a lot of units which are working with very basic technology of 50s and 60s, And we also saw, and we firsthand had a look of that also when we saw some units that most of the machines were very old. The work was being done manually. So there is a very dire need to upgrade the machines, and through our own financial assistance scheme, we hope that the industry will, to some extent, be able to utilize the funds to modernize themselves. Apart from the financial assistance scheme, we also have other mechanisms to promote the overall cashew exports. One important aspect is the branding and marketing. So we plan to brand and market cashew as a global product of India, on the lines of, like, we have mango as our star product. We also have chosen cashew as one of our star product for international marketing. And we will be building up a branding campaign, and we would like to associate with AICA and other bodies, and also with FSSAI and other research units, on how to popularize the health benefits of cashew abroad. On the production side, I solicit the support of Dr. Femina and the Directorate of Cashew and Cocoa in increasing the production, because as on date, we are, I think, covering only 50% of our requirement from domestic cashew. And the production, while increasing, but there is a lot of scope for further improvement, and also in improving the yields. One thing, APEDA, due to its, we are doing promotion of exports, but we are looking at the complete value chain, and there is a need for an integrated approach with other ministries and convergence. So one more area where we think that we can make a dent is a cluster-based approach, where we can promote an integrated development in identified clusters. So we have identified 2 clusters, one in Kollam in Kerala, another in Chandgarh in Maharashtra. And we have given a proposal to the Ministry of Agriculture to take up both these clusters under the MIEDH scheme. So hopefully, if the clusters also take off, it could be integrated approach, where you will have the production also over there, modernized machinery, then also good export packing infrastructure, and good modern industry where you can do the production and export also. So that also we are working with the Ministry of Agriculture, and I'm very hopeful that we will achieve a breakthrough in the clusters for cashew also. Finally, we have all the stakeholders over here. I would also request AICA to associate themselves with the Ministry of Food Processing and Industry, MOFPI, because MOFPI is a very important stakeholder which supports large units, integrated units in the production. And they are doing good work. They are supporting some very modernized plants in Kollam and another place in Maharashtra also. And we can work together with AICA and with MOFPI to modernize more of our plants in the mega plants, so that good quality product is there. There is also a very good opportunity in producing and exporting organic cashew. We have organic units, organic cashew producers in Goa, and I would solicit the support and cooperation from the Directorate of Cashew to have more such cashew growers who are doing it organically. APEDA works at the NPOP, the National Program for Organic Production, and we can work together to have more cashew growers who are growing organically, so that the cashew farmers also get a much higher value for their produce. I do recognize that Indian cashew is of very good quality, but if you have the organic tag as well with it, the farmers and also the processors who are ultimately selling a value-added product of organic cashew will definitely get more of their output. So with these words, I would once again congratulate AICA for organizing this event. It's a very vibrant event. I can see a very good number of exhibitors who have come all the way from Vietnam, from Africa to participate. And I'm very hopeful that the industry rebounds very quickly, and we have more such interactions in the coming days, and we start seeing the exports trajectory looking positive from the coming days. And that is only possible if all the stakeholders, Ministry of Agriculture, the state governments, FSSAI, Ministry of Food Processing Industry, and the entire ecosystem works together with a combined goal to improve the production, improve the quality, and promote the exports. Thank you and very good evening.
Thank you so much, Abhishek Dev sir, for giving such a clear perspective and the roadmap ahead for cashew as a commodity within India. While we are sitting in the first week of August, sir, just for a brief moment, it actually felt like Christmas as you as Santa Claus made some amazing announcement for the cashew commodity sector. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that Ramki sir is a very active member of TNCPA and has been a partner at Pratipa Cashews, which is one of the leading exporters of cashew kernel from Panruti region. Please, let's give him a round of applause as he delivers a vote of thanks to the entire inaugural.
As we all know, a job well begin in half had well done. Our gratitude for everyone for the guidance, supports, and efforts which has made this inaugural session in such a way it build on our confidence that rest of the event will highly successful. I want to share our experience of industry being brought into the umbrella of APEDA. I would like to compare our college life with these industries. All of us, we came from the college life or school life anyway. So I want to compare our industry with our college life. When the parent, here I used to say parent as the government, told this students, we are the student, that is cashew industry, who is studying in the school, normal school, now it's joining with the college with the international syllabus is APEDA. International syllabus is APEDA. We entered with a lot of apprehensions. Yes, there are HODs, regional heads, and the subject teachers or other officers were kind enough. But the highlight of the college is the principal. Has taken up the role of mentor. He seems to have understand our apprehensions like a parent, which has boosted our moral to do our part with the total dedications and diligence and bring in result which make the entire faculty and more importantly the principals, nothing that our chairman Abhishek sir is our principals. Our gratitude to the chairman sir for the guidance, mentorship and support for the cashew industries. Under his guidance, APEDA has extended the following support, which was sir has announced. Now the 40% subsidies for the machineries for the infrastructure schemes. It was the very long we are waiting for that. Now it was announced. I am really happy for that, sir. Very much thank you for that. And we have some HODs like Tarun sir, who had given lot of about our industries. While we interact with him, we had explained many things about the industry. Now I'd like to thank him as a HOD sir here. And there are many department HODs. Our Dr. Femina, Director of Cashewnut and Cocoa Development. She was our producing department. We have to do lot of plants. Madam, for your information, we are having a stall over here that we are collecting donation for a plant to do the farmer in the states, wherever applicable. Just please visit the stall, madam. Thank you for the. And our Dr. Alka ma'am, she is the department in the inspection department, which we having in the customs. Already we have explained a lot of things with her. I hope we will get the specials very soon in the relief of our import policies. And we also have visiting professor like Gunjan Jain sir and Alex from Ivory Coast, who have contributed with their presence and guidance. This adds more responsibility to our shoulders to develop a performance, so we can have more for their participations. I thank the scholarship providers, who are the sponsor of the scholarships providers. Without those support, this student will not be able to write this examination, that is convention, this we have. our graduate for helping us demonstrate our abilities. We will need more of this going forward. Please be rest assured it will be a win-win proposition, as you will also gain immense benefit with the growth of these industries. Next, our heartfelt thanks to participants, stall owners, delegates, without whom we cannot even call this event as conventions. Thank you all for understanding the importance of our joint efforts to regain our glory in cashews. We as AICA assure you, we will strive with all our strengths to these directions. Last but not the least, Cashew Info team. Our big thanks for them being with us every step from convincing the concept of the convention to the successful inaugural event. I understand we have some distance to cover, but I am confident with the energy and flexibility we have shown it can be more successful. A big thank you from AICA and all of us here. Thank you very much, sir.